I'm now going to introduce my best friend from high school, my best friend, Joe Malone, who's going to be the Toastmaster. And we're going to have a series of toasts now, and then the main meal will come, and then we'll take a break, and then later we'll have some more toasts. So.
But we're still going to get out of here by 10.
No, 11. Whatever. Okay. Joe, do you want to come up?
Sure.
And when you're giving a toast, if you speak, keep the microphone close to your mouth.
Will do.
Thank you.
This pint in my girth is the only thing that I have similar with Ricky Gervais. Don't worry about that. I think I'm going to put the pint down. My name is Joe Malone. I'm very, very excited to be here. I'm very honored. I've been Dave Meskill's friends for 31 years and counting. I've known Stacy now for a year, and her wonderful dog Isaac, my main man Isaac. And I'm very, very excited. This is a beautiful, beautiful night leading into a beautiful piece of history tomorrow. So definitely, right off the bat, l'chaim and mazel tov. I'm very, very excited. And congratulations. Dave and I have known each other again for 31 years. We met in Leonia, New Jersey, where we both grew up. That's 5 minutes from the George Washington Bridge. It's a 1 mile square town that does not allow bars, billboards, or fast food, although somehow Domino's snuck in there. I don't know how. Maybe they don't serve fast in Leonia. Got in. But Dave, I don't want to put him on the spot, but he was a valedictorian of our junior high school, as well as our high school. But the thing about, and he got a 1500 on the SATs. I don't even know if they have SATs anymore, but I'll tell you, 1600 back then in 1984 was a perfect score. He got 1500. Evenly divided between math and history. But one of the great things about Dave, right out of the gate, was he was always very modest. He was very, very intellectual, very intelligent, but he was very modest about it. And surprisingly, you wouldn't believe it by looking at him, but he was a very good athlete as well. We played stickball, and he's the only guy to this day, not that I play sports anymore unless you count the lottery, but to this day, he's the only guy I've ever met who actually can get a curve on a tennis ball when we were playing stickball. So, but I first met Dave in spring of 1979. And I knew him, we had a mutual friend, Stu Lieblich, but I met him once. I had my stupid banana seat third, 3-speed Schwinn, light red bike. Some punks in the neighborhood called it hot pink, but they were wrong. And I was on the corner one day, you know, idling time as you do when you're young like this. And Dave pulled up, you know, the golden boy, on a 12-speed bicycle, right? I've never even heard of that, you know? But again, he was very humble and modest about it, explained it to me, and we sat on this bench for like 2.5 hours, and we became, I don't know if we became best friends that day, but we definitely became very good friends that day. He needed that bicycle too, because he lived on Nat Terrace in Leonia, which was like this. You know, it could put San Francisco to a test. So. But, and then our friendship blossomed. We were very good friends, and we have been in the last 31 years. We went into our weightlifting stage in high school. Thank you, Dave. We vociferously lifted weights every day. And took off our shirts and took pictures of each other. Had people take pictures of us. It sounds embarrassing, but it's honesto, otherwise known as honesty. And Stacy actually wanted me to bring out a big picture at this point and show it to everyone. I don't want to get the guys jealous. I don't want to make the ladies swoon. So I won't do that. But Dave, if you do want to come up here, we'll take off our shirts. We'll give them the gun show, all right? I'll try not to cramp up. I'll even take off my girdle. But, also, you know, Dave and I have our fathers in common, and we all have fathers, but Jack, l'chaim to you, sir. Jack was taught at Columbia University and Barnard College and Teachers College, Chinese history. And my father taught linguistics at the same 3 universities. And these 2 Irishmen, it's a coincidence, But they would go from Leonia, 5 minutes from the George Washington Bridge. And they wouldn't go to the school the every day the normal way, through public transportation or automobiles. Jack would bicycle over the George Washington Bridge, way into his 60s, and my father, Joseph Lawrence Malone, would walk over the bridge. And they both come home that same way. And they nod at each other, they liked each other, but like, this guy's going about 50 miles an hour on the bicycle. So, but that's something else we had in common, and I've loved Johanna for many years. After our weightlifting sessions, she'd always have a big thing of prime rib, all meat. It was like meat night, prime rib, waiting for us in the kitchen in like whole milk. You know, I couldn't do it now without a defibrillator. That's something else we had in common. Anyway, I'm actually the Toastmaster, so I want to move this along a little bit, but I do want to tell one last anecdote. Spring 2009 now, so it's just a little less than 2 years ago. And Dave was moving from Colorado, where he was a professor at the School of Mines in Colorado, Boulder, to New York. And he asked me to come out and help him move out and start his move across the country. He drove across the country the entire way. But we started the journey together, and we went to many wonderful places. And we went to Moab, Utah, which is really a magical place, very spiritual, nature-like place. There's 2 national parks there. There's Arches, which is really like walking on Mars. And there's Canyonlands, which is, they say, is like walking on the moon. And these became spiritual journeys, major hikes over a course of days. And we looked at the highest plateau in Arches, and we said, let's climb that. And we did, and it was kind of off the beaten path, and like, can we do this? We're a little nervous, and we did it. And we were at this plateau, and it might sound corny, but the wind was blowing. We nestled in these rocks, and we kind of talked about our goals and our wants. What are our next goals in life? You know, this transitional period for Dave. And we both spoke about them. And what Dave wanted to happen is his next goal in life has. And her name is Stacy. And it's just really beautiful. It really is. So, that's a little bit less than 2 years ago, and I just think it's a wonderful thing, and I'm very excited. I'm honored to be here tonight, and I'm going to go into my Toastmastering duties now.